My team show host. Hey guys, good afternoon, everyone. This is Pat again, your favorite host for PDAX's Fresh Money, where you learn all about the latest news and happenings in crypto, Web3, and NFTs, metaverse in general. Jed, how are you doing, my co-host for
Doing
today?
good, Pat, and looking forward to the holidays. How about you?
Grabe, ang bilis ng panahon.
Yeah.
Um, it's kind of like a blink of an eye. That cliche saying that when you're having fun, time flies by, diba? So,
Yes, exactly.
um, context for everyone listening pala, by the way. I joined PDAX early in the year, and now ganun lang kabilis. It's now the end of the year. But it's been a great ride. And personally, I am super excited for what PDAX has in store for everyone, for all of its users and its potential users for 2023. And this is a great segue na rin, Jed, no, to talk about um, our our upcoming guest for today, which is
Hmm.
our very own homegrown talent, our own product manager, si Mr. Dino Alcoseba. Just for some background, I've been dealing and working with Mr. Dino for the past few months, and I've been with utmost admiration to the guy. Um, Even before I arrived, and here's a confession naman, personal confession my end, Jed. Before I arrived, I didn't even know what a product manager did or what it meant. Pero just from, working with same with you ba?
Before joining PDAX, I wasn't really familiar with the role.
Yeah, I mean like, I kept hearing it once in a while, pero pag hindi ka kasi nasa tech, medyo hindi mo rin masyado kabisado when you say product manager. Parang para sa akin, it's just, it's a like if you have a tech startup, it's computer science engineers, computer engineers, whatever you call it. And then that's it. Yung pala may another category called product management. It's a totally new world, it's a new discipline, and it's kind of like the glue that holds the whole company together. And at least that's how I understand
Hmm.
it. But we'll know much more in a few minutes. But before that, guys, please, the usual, share, like and share our podcast right here, right now, for a chance to win. How much is it, Jed?
300 pesos worth of crypto.
Yeah, so we're giving away 300 pesos to three lucky winners of
Yes, that's right.
our share promo. So please smash that share button, to everyone, share to your news feed to get a chance to win 300 pesos to be credited to your PDAX, to your personal PDAX account. Now, Jed, I think you have a lot of announcements in store for all of our listeners. Please, have at it.
Sure, let me share my screen.
So ano pala, while you're sharing, like, everyone, pasensya na, we were a little bit remiss in um in staying present in our in the PDAX Fresh Money podcast. For your information lang, we had a very fun Christmas or year-end party last week.
Mhm.
Exacto Monday, so we had to skip this that episode. But I think sulit naman siya. Yours truly also hosted, and we got to. I personally had a lot of fun, seeing the sea levels and asking them to play the game, our
Yeah.
very special game. Nag-enjoy ka naman doon, no, Jed?
Yes, of course, of course. Galing ng host eh.
Di naman. Konti lang, konti lang. But
Konti
Jed,
lang.
sige, go ahead.
Right. So one of the ongoing promos we have right now in PDAX is the year-end crypto craze. So you have a chance to get up to 340 pesos worth of Bitcoin and ETH by doing the following steps. First, verifying your account will entail you with 10 pesos worth of Bitcoin. Doing your first cash in will give you 20 pesos worth of Bitcoin. And while doing your second cash in will give you 10 pesos worth of Bitcoin. There are more prizes in store because you also get to chance to win up to 20 pesos, 40 pesos, or even 100 pesos worth of ETH on your first, second, and third crypto purchase. So make sure you guys try out this promo as it goes on so you can earn those sweet and free rewards.
All
All
right.
right.
Narinig niyo yan, ha? bawat action na iti-take niyo sa loob ng app, whether you verify, you cash in, you trade, meron kayong makukuhang kumbaga crypto reward. So parang cashback. It's treat it like as our Christmas present, early Christmas present to everyone here. Sweet deals, that's correct, Ziton Granger. I'm seeing a lot of familiar names. Welcome back, guys. Na-miss ko kayong lahat. Ziton Granger, Kit Horvina, kamusta mga suki? Merry Christmas din to you, sir. Kim Franks, good afternoon to you as well. Steven Cariasa, good afternoon mga pogi. Siyempre, we're gonna pin your comment. Angelo, can we pin this comment? Kasi siya lang yung may comment ng may pogi eh. Sige. And then also, Maynard Ramos. Ano nangyari kay Ronnie Alonte mga sir? Sorry. Which Ronnie Alonte are you referring to? Maybe you could give us more context about that. Just type it in the comment section below. All right. Any other announcements that we have, Jed?
Yep, just a couple more. We also have this PDAX Learn social media pages. So like our page in Facebook and in Twitter. So the handle is PDAX Learn. So in this social media page, we'll be covering different educational topics about the world of crypto. So if you want to have a better understanding and more familiarity during this bear market, better to like and follow these pages.
All right. All
Next
right.
is our
So,
PDAX Career
um,
Facebook page. I go ahead, Pat.
yeah, sorry, medyo my internet is a little bit choppy, but yeah, I just wanted to chime in and say if you guys want to learn more about crypto, this is the best time. Bear market, crypto winter doesn't mean that crypto is going away. We're going back stronger than ever, and now's the best time to invest in your learning. So go visit PDAX Learn and PDAX Careers right now. Go ahead, Jed.
Right. So our last announcement is, as she mentioned, Pat, is the PR FD page. So if you guys are interested in applying in the world of crypto or in PDAX, just like this page. So yeah, that's it for our announcements.
All right. Ziton Granger saying Ronnie Alonte got robbed 1 billion PHP worth of crypto. Grabe.
Wow.
Yeah, I kind of remember this now. There was an article about this guy. Um, let's take a look na lang, Jed. Jed, do you know about this?
No, first time hearing it actually.
Okay. So this is kind of crazy. Pero guys, ingat kayo dyan. If you ever are in a position where you have a lot to lose in crypto, please, ako ang personal advice ko lang, just keep a low profile. Don't tell anyone how much you really have in crypto, and keep it in a safe place, preferably a cold wallet, and then just keep a low profile, 'di ba? Kasi marami nang talagang
Right.
mga masamang tao diyan. All right. So, without further ado, let's now bring in our special guest. Personally, I'm super excited to learn more. And I think he has a lot of insights about PDAX in general and our upcoming products that we're going to be introducing for next year. Jed, please do the honors.
All right. So our guest for today has 10 years of experience working in tech startups, both locally and APAC regions. So his product knowledge spans across different industries like fintech, human resource consulting, real estate, and now cryptocurrencies. So if you guys want to learn more about the art of product management, design, entrepreneurship, and startups, both from the Web 2 and Web 3 perspective, make sure to stay tuned. So without further ado, let us all welcome Dino Alcoseba, the B2B Product Manager of PDAX.
All right.
Hello, Sir Dino.
Hello, good
Hello. Good afternoon. Thanks for joining us, Dino. Alam ko you've had enough of had enough of me. Lagi tayong nag-usap every day about our favorite project na hopefully we can, give the audience a little bit of clues later. But, suffice to say, I mean, this was actually my idea to everyone kasi I've been learning a lot, especially during my journey with PDAX. Na-mention ko kanina kay Jed, when I started, I had no inkling of product management or of that function. I didn't even know that this type of job existed. And then, I met you. I had to work with you, and in the whole process, learned so much. No, so personally, you seem like a sobrang competent person. and who knows with a lots of deep background. I just wanted to ask, maybe as a starting point, what was your experience before joining PDAX?
Okay. So, thanks Pat. Grabe yung intro na learning a lot, nakaka-pressure yan. Sige. I think so ako just a bit of background. My experience is in like I started in a company called Storm. So it's a company that focused on human resource consulting, specifically in benefits. So we created a benefits platform that allowed employees to convert yung benefits na hindi nila ginagamit into points. And they could use it in an online marketplace. So nung time na yon, e-commerce yung medyo nagbo-boom noon. So we wanted to be able to make use of yung e-commerce technology and at the same time put a spin on HR. Tas yung recently I was from a student lending startup. So I worked with schools to be able to help students start, finish, and continue yung schooling nila. So, ayun, iba naman yon. Had to learn the fintech space, had to learn, okay, ano ba yung mga requirements for lending, understood KYC, ganyan. On the side, what I did or what I do also is consulting on product management. So, I've helped some startups already create their first versions of the product, try to define ano ba yung kailangan for the first version of the product, and help them hire din. So kung sino yung ano yung mga needs nila, I try to help bridge that gap. No? So yon ano ba? On the side, I also try to teach product management. So I've created some workshops and courses on product management na intro no, to people who want to transition. Kasi yun din yung experience ko nung ako nag-start out ako in product management. Parang wala rin naman nag-guide into it. So I wanted to help people who want to get into it by providing some sort of guidance. So yun yung experience ko in product management so far.
Sobra, I mean, ever since I found out about this role, sobra ako naging curious. I think, and I've been stopping myself from asking these questions kasi I knew I would answer, I would ask you, I would have the opportunity to ask you on the stage, no, on the Fresh Money stage. Before we ask yung things about the businesses, the startups, kasi I'm also interested in that, and I wanna pick your brains. Parang, for example, how do you know kung may product market fit? Paano mo alam, may intuition ka na ba na parang, oh, itong product na to solid, magte-take off? Before we do that though, maybe we could also, for the benefit of the audience right now, ano nga ba, can we define what is product management? What does it really do in a tech startup situation, and how important is it in a company?
Okay, sige. So, may unting bias na ako, no? Kasi product manager ako eh. So, kailangan ko improve na. Meron talaga. So I think product management in a nutshell is being able to understand the overall aspects of the company in three main segments. No? So there's the business segment. So you need to be able to understand, okay, how does the company make money? What are the costs of the company? What is the regulation or yung mga requirements of implementing the specific product in the company and in the country? So that's the business side. The second is the user side. So where are your users? So when we take a look at a specific product, saan ka nahanap? So for example, PDAX, saan nahanap yung users in PDAX? Bakit nila gustong gamitin yung product mo? So that's like the pain point of what you're solving for them. And how do you reach them? So are most of your users Android users, iPhone users? Are they on web? So all of those comprise yung users. And then lastly, yung technology aspect. So how is software developed? So the different technicalities of it, I won't bore our viewers now with the different technicalities of software development, but essentially those are the three segments that you play around with. And si Pat saying yung gitna talaga nun is the product manager, kasi these three segments have different languages. Iba yung speak ng business, iba yung speak ng users, iba yung speak ng technology. Yung role ng product manager is to be a translator of those three segments so that they speak a common language. So pagkausap ko si business, nata-translate ko dapat yung requirements ng users. Dapat nata-translate ko yung requirements ng technology para ma-explain. Pagkausap ko naman technology, ganun. Yung business na lingo ay translate into the tech standpoint. So, yun, that's one, parang translator. The other thing of the product manager is the product manager is also an air traffic controller. No? So when we say air traffic controller, sila, kasi what does the air traffic controller do? It makes sure that planes land in the order that they need to land. So that's a lot of, pero hindi mo control yung actual plane, di ba? Kasi as an air traffic controller, you know how the plane works, but you also know that you have a timetable. So ganun din yung product manager. The product manager is in charge of ensuring that this plane with these specific features inside this plane lands at the specific time that it needs to, kung ano yung requirement ng business. So medyo ganun, parang those are two aspects that I normally try to play around with when explaining what a product manager does. Importante siya in the sense na if you need prioritizations and you need a specific person to ask questions na are we really delivering value to our users, ano yun, that's what normally the product manager does. The product manager is normally medyo bad guy minsan yung product manager kasi madalas magsasabi ng no. Pero goal rin ng product manager is to say no with context. Bakit natin hindi muna kaya to gawin, kailangan siyang ma-explain. So yun, syempre, maraming mga discussions around that. Pero overall, I guess that's in a nutshell what the product manager does.
Very fascinating. I like how you define the product manager, like the link of all these different business groups. So what sort of background would someone be able to enter a career in product management, given that you need to have knowledge in different sides of the business?
Oh, sige. I think at the base of it, you need to be very curious. Yun muna, parang from a curiosity standpoint, hindi kasi pwede na hindi mo alam yung ins and outs ng product in itself. So by nature, before going into the different entry points of where product managers can start, you need to be a very curious person. Kasi mahilig ka mag-tinker, kailangan naiintindihan mo, bakit ba gumagana to? And overall, paano siya gumagana? No? So curiosity is a base. Then you go into the entry points. So I mentioned earlier, business, tech, and users. So those are the entry points. So if you start with a role or I guess, I don't know, college course na more user-driven, like marketing, design, anything that works on users, eventually probably customer support, ganyan. Then that's where you can start with. Kung business, you start out in accounts or in sales or in business development. That's what you can use to be able to start your product management career. And I think people are more familiar with yung mga sa tech, no? So if you are in tech and then you start out knowing how to develop products in tech, ano yung mga, I guess, terms like software development life cycle, then that's where you can start with. Pero you normally have to start with at least a familiarization of a segment, and then you use that to be able to move into product, knowing what you know. Pero kailangan mo pa rin maintindihan yung ibang parts, no? Kung user ka, dapat gets mo yung business tsaka yung technology. Kung technology ka, so the burden falls on you, no, to learn the other parts. But the starting point is, pwede nang ganun yung starting point.
Yung ngayon yun yung parang at least for me, that's what makes it such a slippery concept, si product management. Kasi pagpunta, well, at least nung panahon ko when I was in college, wala namang course na product manage. Well, I don't know if meron na ngayon pero pag business madali lang, 'di ba? Marketing, sige. Computer programming, sige, nandyan lang siya. Pero product management, and then you're telling us it, and it's a great mental model. Ngayon naisip ko parang triangle na user, business, and tech. Pero like, so you're telling us, literally, you don't have to be a tech guy to be a product manager. Tama, no? You can come from the from any of the three vertices of the triangle and still be a good product manager. But then it's such a slippery concept kasi it's just a mixture of so many different things, 'di ba? And I think ang ganda ng analogy mo yung air traffic controller, 'di ba? Na parang maglaland na to, ganon. And I kind of feel like you're doing that juggling act din every day with me, with with tech, with other parts of PDAX. Oh my God. So, but with that in mind, no, Dino, uh, how about you? Like, where did you come from that vertex, from
Mhm.
those three corners?
Sige. So my background is definitely not technology. So I am a psychology graduate. And what I wanted to do before was to be in human resources. So I took up a master's in industrial psychology. And that's what I wanted to do. So I tried to understand organization culture, ano yung leadership, all of these different things. No? Pero when I fell into technology or into startups, which yun naman yung ginagawa ko my whole life. I've always been in startups. Na-realize ko na when yung starting role ko kasi nun, yung tawag niya junior human resources consultant. But actually that's accounts eh. We went to clients, we pitched our services. But since we were a small company, ako rin yung nag-implement nung actual product. So, okay, game na si client sa ganitong product. Okay, ako yung magsasabi na ito po yung kailangan para po ma-implement yung specific product na to. Tapos, babalik ako sa office, kakausapin ko yung mga engineers namin, tapos sabihin ko sa kanila na ganito yung configuration na kailangan para sa ganitong client. So, actually, if I look back now, medyo similar na siya na ginagawa ko ngayon. So yun, parang doon ako nagsimula na okay, accounts based. So at least medyo naintindihan ko yung mga client needs, and then eventually yun I moved into yun full-fledged product management.
It's so very interesting. Like, so okay, you were initially interested in human resources, culture, leadership. Bakit, if I may ask? What made you interested in that area?
Oh, well, to be honest, if you're a psychology graduate, parang at least from nung time na yun, no, medyo limited yung view ko of what I could move into. And eventually, you'll realize kasi na, oo nga, parang it's either you go corporate or I become a counselor. Yung mga ganun defined kasi yung mga career paths dati. But when I went into ito nga, parang technology and startups, I found a new industry. So you could say na I used the knowledge of human resources just to be able to probably manage teams. Pero yung technology around it, yun, I just had to really be curious and learn as I went from startup to startup.
Yeah, and this destroys absolutely my preconceived notion that, product if you're a product manager, kailangan tech related ka. So parang na destroy totally yung stereotype in my mind when I learned about this right now from you, no. So psychology went into product and has become successful at it. So kudos to you, Dino. Like sobrang like I'm amazed. So just curious, no. So you moved to product. Was it a hard transition ba learning all of these tech stuff? Do you needed to supplement your education with certificate courses, maybe a programming short course? How was it like?
Okay, so I wish I could say na merong ganun dati. Na merong certificate course, merong ganun na I could take na madami na ngayon eh. But way back noon, I guess well when I went into product maybe middle of the decade. But I had to learn just with conversations with our CTO. So what happened there was I was appointed as head of product without really having the requisite what I know now, parang the requisite product knowledge. And I had to just maintain ang daming conversations lang with the CTO who taught me a lot of the core knowledge na is needed. And I had to learn that within a very short amount of time, 2 months. Kasi
Wow.
nung time na yun, na-appoint ako December, tapos January, meron na kaming clients. So, yun. But hindi naman like expert ka na ng 1 month, di ba? Buong year, learning yon. So, had to learn, yan, terms like agile, on the fly. Parang had to learn, okay, paano ba mag-run ng isang stand-up meeting or basta mga ganon. Mga the tech rituals that masikat ngayon in the tech companies. No? So, yun, that's what happened and that's where I fell into it. Eventually, I found communities. So there were product Philippines communities that I joined sometime, and I realized, shucks, hindi pala ako mag-isa na walang background. Na-meet ko sila dun sa communities na yon. Kasi sabi nila na, "Oh, actually, na-appoint lang nga ako ng product manager. Sabi lang nung boss ko 2 weeks ago na product manager na ako." Tapos yun, suma-attend ako. So,
Oh my God.
Di
All
lang pala
right.
di lang pala ako, and surprising nga 'yun for me na akala ko, "Shocks, ako lang ata yung product manager na walang alam." Mga gano'n kasi dati, eh. But when you meet more people, you realize na there are really people from diverse backgrounds. I've met preschool teachers, I've met economists, I've met QA, I've met, may iba nursing graduates, that fell into, product management. So, oo, alive talaga yung product management community, and I think there's really a place for everyone in product management.
Alright, so rinig niyo yan, everyone listening, kahit anumang background kayo, if you're interested in getting into the tech scene, the hot startup scene, even in the crypto tech scene, you have a chance. You have a shot at it. And you can learn all you need to learn here in our podcast. Magtanong lang kayo ng questions. I see Kim Franks asking really good questions here. We can tackle it perhaps now. And also, if anyone else is curious about getting into crypto, the tech scene, ask away lang, no? Okay, so let's start with Kim Franks. Seeing it lang ako before I let Jed continue the flow of the questions. Sir Dino, how many users does PDAX have? How many transactions does PDAX cater every day? Lastly, how much is the spread per transaction? Does PDAX cater outside the Philippines transaction? Kim, parang galing ka ba sa kalaban? Parang ang dami mong sensitive info na hinihingi ah. Are you from Binance or Coins? But anyway, I'm not sure if we can really answer this with a lot of with a detailed answer, no. But Dino, please maybe you can try your best and provide maybe high level answers na lang.
Sure. So I think with regard to users, healthy yung user base ng PDAX, no? So I guess when we say healthy, on a daily basis, there are people who are creating accounts, going through the verification processes, and eventually, finding our way to trading. So yung trading, nakita naman natin na healthy din yung activity dahil yung tokens na pumapasok, every regular naman nagpapasok si PDAX ng tokens, no? So makikita mo na merong healthy environment of trading around it. And then we're also regulated. So we're sure that the transactions in PDAX are very safe. No? So obviously, hindi namin share kung yung, I guess, yung mga spreads and transaction fees. But I mean, any exchange would have certain transaction fees, right? So I guess yun lang muna yung share. I guess what I can assure is PDAX is a safe environment for people to create accounts to trade, and para kumita din, di ba, kung pwede. So,
yeah, Kim, ayan, nag-reply na si Kim. Hindi po. Nagsabi kasi si Zito na espiya siya eh. Anyway, Kim, we love you. Joke lang yon. But thanks for always asking really good questions. Pag may tanong pa kayo, please ask away. Later on, we're gonna learn more about ano naman yung balak ni PDAX for the next year, 2023. So stay tuned. All right. So okay, so now you were from left field, you were in HR, psychology, you got kind of thrown into the whole product scene. I guess nagustuhan mo. But ako personally, like, I'm so interested in the HR background, Dino, no. Could you share maybe an experience of your entire work career as a product manager? At any point in time nahirapan ka ba? Or like was there a specific team or person na talagang medyo na-stress ka talaga? It's hard to deal with. You cannot say me, okay? Bawal yan. Because I'm the host here na lang. But, at any point in time, medyo nahirapan ka ba with a certain project or a person? And I'm very curious, how did you try to overcome it as an air traffic controller?
Okay. Sige, wala na yun. Hindi na pwede sabihin si Pat. So, next na lang ako next. I think every time that you deal with clients, so now I'm the group product manager for B2B, so to move into business related products, you will always have the issues surrounding servicing clients, because there are different needs, there are different requirements that you have to deal with, and at the same time they need it now, no? So I think the urgency is always going to be there. But what helps me, so I guess tinanong ako kung mahirap. Oo. On a daily basis, mahirap naman talaga. And I guess I alluded to it na, yung pinakita ko kanina, business tech users, translator, air traffic controller, hindi naman siya pang madali, no? So, mahirap yung work, pero I think what helps is just maintaining transparency with all of the stakeholders. So as long as, what I've noticed is, as long as you maintain radical transparency with different stakeholders, whether that be from a client perspective, or from yung business perspective, technology perspective, user perspective, then that normally solves some miscommunications or issues that are surrounding it. So I guess to share with regard to experience ko, I've worked with, normally what happens is when there are issues, it's it's less about yung kung parang it's less about when yung super detailed, parang super details nung issue, but it's more of what are you going to do about it, like, oh, what you explain kung ano yung nangyayari, you explain what you're looking into, and then you explain when you will find out how to fix these things, no? So that's usually helped me to be able to address at least yung mga iba-ibang concerns. Syempre meron pa rin yang mga magagalit ganon, but I mean in the tech scene, that's a regular thing that we go through. So ayun.
I'm curious, Dinos. Since you've been working in this particular career for 10 years and you have a podcast dedicated about product management and even co-founded this particular training service, I believe, for product management called Product Camp. Why are you so passionate about product management that makes you really want to build things with the other services to help support the community?
Okay. I guess first, I also want to be able to get more product people in the community, because there is need, no? And sa tech kasi may tinatawag na agile manifesto. So ito yung bible of agile. Sa tech people adhere to the agile manifesto. Sa product may ganun din, may product manifesto na ginawa a few years ago. And what's helpful there is you now know what is expected from a product manager. So yun yung gusto ko, parang if someone is interested to get into product management, I want to be able to provide as much context as possible so that they can make that decision if they really want to change careers. Kasi normally ganun eh. Tama si Pat, yung sabi niya kanina na wala naman talagang course on product management sa college. So pag nag-graduate ka, talagang it's really a new thing that you would really move into. So my role is to help you make an informed decision. Kaya ganon. I want to be able to talk to more people who want to transition into product management. Try lang to see, okay, bakit mo ba gusto pumunta into product management? Some people say na it pays well. Sasabihin ko, it pays well sometimes depending on the context. And the pressure that is under product managers, hindi rin naman siya biro. So, yun yung goal ko, to provide as much transparency as possible to people, so that they can make the best decision possible if product management is really for them. Kasi nung nangyari yun sa akin, I feel na I fell into it. Na swerte ako na, buti okay yung nangyari. No? Pero baka may other untold stories ng mga people that went into product management. They didn't like it. Then eventually, nag-change na sila ng career, so nahirapan ng umalis. So yun, I guess that's what I'm trying to help people with.
Got it. So, aside from curiosity, what other qualities would one need to have to be successful in product management?
Okay. So, yun, nasabi ko kanina yung curiosity. Yung helpful is communication. So, that's written or verbal communication. Because I guess the unspoken thing of product managers is dapat talaga magaling magsulat. And we spend a lot of time writing or speaking, no? And the way that we write and the way that we speak is how we strive for alignment. Kasi sabi ko kanina yung business, tech and users, no, the striving for that alignment is only solved through communication. So, yun, yung communication. Yung third is flexibility. Flexibility in the sense na the decisions that you make on a daily basis in product can change. Can change because of your different factors. Your business stakeholders in a partner, business stakeholders who have certain questions, tech people who have researched certain things that you ask them to research and they want to move into a different direction, or what users say. No? So the flexibility to be able to take all of these inputs and decide, yun yung quality dun sa product manager. And I think lastly, there is, I think, a certain sense of, I guess I'd call it fearlessness, to be able to move forward with yung decisions that you make. Kasi when you make those decisions, you can only either fix the decisions or you can continue with the decisions that you make. Eh. So kailangan ng medyo steadfastness in either pursuing a decision or hindi ata tama tong decision na to, and changing as we go along. So yun yung mga helpful from a soft skills perspective sa product manager.
Deans, like, medyo like yung the last two, being able to adjust and to live with your decisions, kind of makes sense to me. Pero nagulat ako sa first mo, which was, you have to be good in writing and speaking. Ang galing. So, and I guess it's because you're dealing with a lot of people, different types of people, coming from different standpoints. That's why importante mag-communicate, no? Medyo na ano lang ako. Like, I thought that, yung good product manager, obviously, kailangan may alam sa tech, business, and all of that. I didn't realize na importante rin pala, no, to communicate. So, that's a super helpful, although it's coming from left field, no? By the way, Kit Horvina has a great question. And also, shout out to John Emerald Lazo. Yo to John Emerald. Please ask some questions away kung may questions kayo about product management. The topic for everyone who just jumped into the podcast is about product management. And we have here si Mr. Dino Alcoseba, our group PM for our B2B solutions. This is a great segue pala into, to talk a little bit about ano yung mga pasabog ni PDAX, diba? So, I'm gonna bring up the question of Kit Horvina now, before we continue with the line of questioning. Masters, ano po ang kaabang-abang na pasabog ng PDAX next year in terms of significant features? Nako, napakadami, Kit. So, all I can say, and before I turn the mic to Dino, is we have so much in store for you na magugulat kayo. And personally, obviously, I'm biased as well, pero yung product that Dino and I are working on is probably the most exciting. But Dino, please, maybe within the bounds lang ng confidentiality, let us know what you can share about yung mga pasabog natin.
Sige, hindi ako pwede maging biased sa sarili kong product kasi the group product manager of B2B. So I guess yung matitis ko lang is we are creating a suite of products focused on traditional and crypto related services, no? So kung there's a product for you in PDAX. Kung ngayon meron kang makikitang current products ngayon, baka next year, probably early to mid next year, makakita ka ng mas marami pang products na nandun sa PDAX. So, sana sumuporta pa rin tayo. Mag-login lang tayo sa PDAX. Makakuha naman kayo ng information pag launch na sila. So, yun. Pwede tayong ma-excite come New Year and moving forward. So, yan yung masasabi ko.
Yun, Alpha League, gents. Ladies and gents. Ako naman, my own Alpha League. Everyone listening, ang advice ko lang, sign up and be verified onto the PDAX platform, hopefully by the end of the year. Yun lang masasabi ko. But you won't regret it if you do what I say, okay? So may konting pasabog tayo, mga sirs and ma'ams, next year, assuming that you sign up and verify. Okay? So yan lang. I will say my piece and be done with it. Kim Franks just said, Sir Dino, with the collapse of FTX, how can you assure PDAX customers that the platform is stable and liquid? That's a fair question. Dino, what can you say about that?
Sige. I guess I'd like to assure you that PDAX is regulated, and we work very well with the BSP to be able to ensure na wala tayong bad actors. Yan yung mga words ng mga tao sa loob ng PDAX. No? We don't like bad actors because we strive for regulation in cryptocurrency. So as striving for regulation in cryptocurrency, it assures you that meron kayong habol pag merong issue. No? Meron kayong habol, meron kayong matatakbuhan pag merong nagkakaproblema. Yung FTX kasi, one of the things na nangyari dun sa FTX is hindi siya regulated dun sa part of the country na they were operating in. Kaya walang habol yung mga tao. Kaya gusto natin maging mas regulated. And mahirap na hindi ka regulated in the Philippines kasi wala kang habol kung kunyari na nawalan ka ng pera o tinakbuhan ka. So, yun lang masasabi ko for sa PDAX. Sigurado ka kasi regulated kami. Every year, meron kaming audits that we go through with the different requirements that are given to us by the DSP. And we can assure you that your funds are safe in PDAX.
Ayos. Jed, let's continue the questioning kay Mr. Dino.
Our line of questioning, Dino. No? So how do you determine if a product has a good product market fit?
Okay. Parang ito na yung parang Miss Universe question na it's really hard to it's really hard to assure those things, no? But what I've noticed is when a product has product market fit, if there are actually a lot of people who care enough to complain, that's one parang signal in a sense, no? When I say care enough to complain, has a lot of underlying assumptions because they found value in your product. They spend enough time in your product to be able to know what works and what doesn't. And if it doesn't work, they spend enough time to actually complain. So that's one. Parang there are a lot of a lot of signals, pero that's what I've noticed, no? Parang when you've implemented something and obviously hindi natin gusto na madaming issue, madaming reklamo, no? But normally if people find enough value in your product, they will also feel that emotional connection if something goes wrong with your product. So that's one. The second also is I think a mix of if you are able to answer a business need, so internal, no, business goals, and at the same time know where your users are coming from, and at the same time why exactly users come to your product or come to your system or whatever you're selling. No? If you know that, you would already know what to improve on, what to say no to, because you are aware of the value that you bring to your users. So yun yung second, parang I guess user value yung segment na yun, no. Yung third, to know if you have product market fit is also to be able to tease something, and when you tease something, you're able to get an initial semblance of traction. So the perfect example here, and before, no, parang different experiments normally start with a landing page. And I think Dropbox yung pinaka magandang version of this landing page. So Dropbox implemented a landing page. They just created a video of what this could do, and then they created a sign up. Now, from the sign up, you can already assume ilan yung nag-sign up. So you already have initial, okay, parang people have this enough issue that I want to be able na kaya kong ma-solve.
I love that idea so much. Yun lang masasabi ko. I love that idea so much. I find it parang you're using technology to figure out and measure demand without first, doing all the necessary work to create the actual thing, 'di ba? Baka
Correct.
pwedeng gawin din natin sa product natin.
Oh.
I love it. I mean, sana we can also start applying all of your insights, Dino, no, into PDAX. And I'm sure may mga ano din tayo. We can also do the same thing sa upcoming projects natin. But anyway, you were saying, so landing page to measure demand, Dropbox used it. And then pag maraming nag-sign up sa'yo, medyo gets mo na, uy, interesting to. There's a lot of demand for it.
Yeah, there is a semblance of interest, no. You will never know if you have product market fit until you have that initial semblance. And what you do with that initial semblance is you should be able to gather more data and understand bakit nga ba sila nag-sign up. So yun yung next. I guess example lang from previous work dun sa company that I worked for, no. So it was a lending company, but we worked with schools to be able to be able to allow students to get student loans with us. So what we just did initially was we just created a landing page per school. So ganun lang, landing page per school, and then pwede mo ilagay yung mobile number mo, tapos anong year ka na, ganun. So nung nag-launch kami, pinadalhan lang namin ng SMS lahat ng mga nag-sign up. And then tinrack namin yung conversion rate nun. Kung pinadalan kita ng SMS, gumawa ka ba ng account? So yun yung initial namin, initial salvo namin into the product market fit. And then after nun, yung first version of the product, wala pa siyang admin. So ginawa namin front end lang. So pag nag-submit ng loan application yung student, tatawagan namin, tapos i-process namin siya manually. Tapos we had enough of those, and we bought enough time for us to be able to create yung admin. So very siya, parang very bare bones yung approach, pero understanding that gives you at least enough insight into ano ba dapat yung ginagawa natin next, no? So yun, ganon siya normally, but it's really messy. Parang, and I think product market fit happens not na you have product market fit or you don't. Parang you have product market fit for this specific instance, and then needs change. So as you move across, you'll see, okay, madami ba ibang needs. Yun na yung mahirap, na when you have initial product market fit and then you're already trying to think of other needs that you want to be able to service, choosing the need that you want to be able to service requires really focus and prioritization, no? Kasi nag-know ka na sa others. What you run the risk of is, kunyari, may initial product market fit ka na, tapos you tried to do a lot of different things. Yun, parang hindi mo na alam kung ano yung user na tina-target mo. So, yun lang.
Yeah, I love all of your insights. Lalo na also, so tama, no, doon magiging messy part yung medyo kitnang part. And also, I love the insight about may product market fit kapag users care enough to complain. So that's the first time I heard about it, and it makes sense. Kasi, 'di ba, normally, tamad ang mga tao eh. And the fact that they would even, muster their time and their effort to type something up and communicate to a stranger tells you that it matters to them, 'di ba? So I love it. I love that insight. I'll try to remember that, and perhaps you can also apply it here, no, in PDAX. Okay. So obvious naman, you're kind of like the master product manager, Dino. But all this time, and it's very curious, you've been in the startup scene for quite a while. By the way, shout out to Mr. Gavin San Luis. Good afternoon, mga bossing. Good afternoon to you too, Mr. Gavin. Hope you're having a great afternoon. Thanks for tuning in to Fresh Money. I hope you're learning a lot. Okay, so moving back, no. So you've learned a lot. You're passionate about product management. Let's now move into crypto. Paano mo na-discover crypto? How did you get into this to this rabbit hole that we find ourselves in? And how did you end up in PDAX?
Sige, parang mahabang story. Well, crypto muna siguro. Interestingly, in early 2010 onwards, sorry, I forget the year. The CTO of the company that I worked for, so after Storm, there's a sister company that I moved into. He was mining. Hindi ko alam na mining yun back then. Parang makikita ko lang yung nasa computer niya, tapos may sinasabi siya about Bitcoin. Tapos obviously, quirky siya eh. So, ako actually, interested siya to get into new technology. So, hindi ko masyadong pinansin. Parang, okay, interesting, ganyan. Then, obviously, slowly, as you go through the years, yun, biglang, nung nag-boom na, syempre, you try to get curious about what it is. No? Pero I never really went into it until I was going into PDAX already. So, going into PDAX, doon na ako nag-aral kasi sabi ko, shucks, papasok ako sa isang company na ganito yung industry and wala naman akong previous experience. So, nag-aral ako, I downloaded the PDAX app. Ayan, download yung PDAX app. Downloaded other apps as well. And then I set aside some budget to be able to go through, I don't know, a trade, go through, okay, paano ba tong charts, ganyan. So that's when I sort of learned about that. But when I went into PDAX, that's when I learned about yung talagang coins and parang what the research you need to do to be able to see if this coin is good or not. So yun, nung start na yun, parang went in blind, bala na, ganun. Buti mababa lang yung budget na sinet ko kasi wala siya. Pero yun, inaral ko na yung mga ibang coins and all of these things. No? And I saw how different Web 2 was with Web 3 dahil nga from a product perspective, fascinating lang yung journey from creating an account. Kasi normally hindi ka talaga maggagawa, parang wala na siyang gawa ng account. Parang connect your wallet yung unang nakikita mo in Web3. No? So that fascinated me as well. And I tried to see, okay. So ganito pala when you move into Web3, yung decentralized aspect of it. Yan, ang daming mga iba-iba. No? Pero yun, I spent around maybe a month and a half reading, watching YouTube videos, ganyan. So yun.
All
Join
right, all right.
PDAX and join the crypto industry.
Join the crypto. Okay, sorry, joining PDAX. So, ano to, medyo journey is, years before, I also helped PDAX in my own way. I consulted a bit in product management for the early product management team of PDAX. And I tried to help create a curriculum for product managers. So ano pa yun? 2017, I think. So yun, that was a start. But I continued helping PDAX a bit. And then medyo nag-rekindle nung, I think that was 2019, when ano naman, yung HR side ko naman yung nagpatulong ng konti, si PDAX, no? So I tried to work a bit with their mancom in defining org culture and all of these different things. Nung 2022, yan na, naging ano na, parang long time coming, no? But yun, I think it was right timing na pumasok na rin and try to see how to help PDAX inside the company na instead of just being a consultant. So, yeah.
I love it. Dino, so you went into crypto, you went into PDAX, and you mentioned it's a long time coming. How is it like? Like, I mean, to be honest, how is it like working for PDAX in the crypto scene? Yes, you're still doing the same thing, product management, but then again, it's a totally different product and you're in a different industry. How does working in PDAX compare to working in, let's say, all the other startups that you've worked for?
Sige. I think yung una is yung product management in itself or being able to push a product into production is difficult in itself, no? But when you apply it to the amount of complexity in cryptocurrencies, and running a cryptocurrency exchange, it baka double. And I think this is also the parang the most product people that I've worked with. So it's also a very good opportunity to learn more about how to be better at product management because there are a lot of product managers that you can learn from. So yun yung naging helpful for me. I learned, okay, may mga tao na expert sila dito. Merong mga natives na quote-unquote sa Web3 na okay, pwede mong matutunan, ganyan. So yun, working with the sheer amount of product people has been helpful and then adding to the regulation on top of it. No? So yun yung parang that's I guess working in a crypto startup. There's a lot that is going on behind the scenes that people probably don't see. Pero it's infinitely complicated, but it's also challenging and exciting at the same time.
I love it. Sige. So so the complexity has increased. And but then, if you're like me, anything challenging, it's also quite interesting as well. So and I love your insights on Web3 in general. So if you're a Web3 native, yun nga, wala nang username password, your identity is already linked inextricably to your wallet address. No, that's also one thing that I really love about Web3. Great for pointing that out. Now let's get into Dino. my favorite topic, metaverse, NFTs, um, and all of those, fun stuff. What do you think about them? Your personal thoughts on NFTs in relation to Web3, and do you see any, I guess, application for NFTs, at least in the real world, that you're seeing right now?
Mm. Yeah, so ano yun rin, I mean, part of my study into getting into PDAX and some of the things that I also dabbled in were metaverse related products, no. So I tried also going through ano ba yung mga ano ba yung mga NFT marketplaces na nandyan. So nag-set aside din ako ng specific amount to go through, for example, Tezos, to go through Magic Eden, to go through OpenSea, and try to see, okay, paano ba to? Paano ba nag-work yung mga NFT? So, nag-try rin ako ng whitelist, pumunta rin ako sa Discord. So, medyo rabbit hole-ish, no? So, I guess, getting into it, yung nakikita ko, I think, for NFTs is the ability to verify a certain asset is, I think, the powerful thing about NFTs, no? And there are a lot of different use cases for NFTs there. So that's the first, parang verification. And the second is, I guess, utility. So since you are able to verify who owns what at a specific time, you are now able to provide the utility that is best catered to that owner. So yun yung powerful, I think, about parang the NFTs, metaverse in general, no, the experience now becomes specifically hyper customized to the holders or yung owners nung NFT. So I guess it's not just about art, right? It could probably have started as an art movement and something that looks cool for profile pictures, but going beyond that, yun na yung magpapasok na talaga ng real world applications. It now becomes, I think, a bigger avenue to play around with, because people are digital, parang they are there already. So how do you reach them, and how do you provide real, parang real, yung tawag nila, no, phygital, physical and digital experiences for users. So yun yung naka-fascinate sa akin. And yun, pag nakakuha ka ng airdrop, pag nakakuha ka ng yung mga ganun, kasi exciting siya eh. Di pa ako nakasali sa mga raffle. Pero sa Discord kasi, 'di ba, parang meron kang i-fill up, tapos yun, you win a whitelist, tapos mag-email sa iyo, ito yung time, so mag-aabang ka, ganyan. So yun, I think yun yung exciting, kasi hindi rin naman ako collector. So 'di ba, NBA cards, mga ganyan. Di talaga ako collector. Pero it was interesting for me when I went into and tried to study NFTs.
All right. You're preaching to the choir, Dino. Like, I just super bullish on NFTs, and it's a great spiel that you had there, and I'm in agreement with you. Julian Barseg is asking when airdrop, hehe. Julian, if you just joined, please do a rewind of the episode, and uh just go tune into that time when we gave an alpha leak, no? So si Dino gave some advice. All right, after that, I also gave some advice. Please pay attention, and trust me, you won't regret it. And also Julian Barcega, the same guy, also said Web3 to the moon. Yes, sir. Web3 to the moon, indeed. Jed, I mean, ako personally, I've been super stoked to learn more about product management. And I think, just going back to that, um, a little bit into that topic again. Um, when I was in college, and I'll repeat this to the people who just arrived, wala kasing talagang specific about project management. But then, it's a different world now. Mas nagiging technological tayo as a society, as a race, and dadami rin yung need for product managers, 'di ba? So, any tips, Dino, on people who want to get into product management? Um, let's say, putting ourselves in the shoes of the audience. You graduated from, let's say, somebody of the same background as you, let's say psychology. Now you want to go into product. um how do you go about it, 'di ba? Do you find a mentor? Do you just apply to a tech startup hoping na itatapon ka sa product management? Do you go to a course? Do you apply for a course? Is there a certificate course? What would be the advice for any young aspirational people who want to get into the scene?
Sige. So, what I've found helpful and yung mga nakausap ko na students, my advice is don't wait until graduation to be able to try to think about what you want to do. No? So, what I found powerful is internships. So, using yung internships, being a bit more purposeful. Minsan kasi may mga iba na for the requirement lang yung internship, di ba? But if you use your internships to be able to understand, to get into at least for example a product internship, or an internship in a tech company, you will understand the ins and outs kahit papano yung proseso nung pag-implement ng product and ano yung pinapansin nila. From there you already build a certain at least network, so meron ka ng initial foot in the door into startups or tech companies. Obviously, biased ako to startups kasi that's all I know, no? But I mean, in essence, ganun yung idea. You try to build that community and that network in the companies that you gain internships in. Then eventually, hopefully, merong mag-open up na associate product positions. What I would caution is if you are a first time product manager and then ikaw lang yung product person dun sa company, tapos associate pa yung position mo. Hindi yun okay dahil walang like what Pat is saying, yung mentorship, kailangan yun eh. You won't be able to be a translator and an air traffic controller at once. Someone needs to be able to help you understand what good decisions are, and ano yung good decision making process. So ganon. So parang I think when you go into companies and try to apply, try to see rin kung sino ba yung mga product people that are in, meron bang product people that are in para matulungan ka in your product journey. Oo. So yun.
Got it. So, Dino, maybe we can talk about the products that you develop, like Product Camp and Around the Bonfire podcast. Can you share to us more about what these are about?
Sige. So product camp, there are two verticals. Parang speaking like an entrepreneur. There are two verticals of product camp. There is the B2C side wherein we do workshops. Workshops yung intro to product management, so more for students and beginners. No? May ganon. We're also developing a curriculum supposedly for more mid-level product managers. So we do that more or less quarterly. And there is also a business side to product camp, wherein yun yung consulting side. So I try to work with companies, try to see, okay, saan kayo pwedeng mag-incorporate na mga product management processes. No? May mga iba na I've helped really build yung actual product, pero not recently. No? So yun. So yun yung I guess B2C and B2B side of product camp. Around the Bonfire is just I guess lang siya, parang our chance to something like this, to talk to people, learn from them, try to understand how they built their products, what challenges they encountered along the way to help other people. No, there's an actual episode in Around the Bonfire where we talk to a college student who has been interested in product management for 2 years. Tapos nakuha na niya yung break niya finally in product management. No? So we talk to him about, paano mo nakuha yun? Anong ginawa mo? Ano yung mga binasa mo? Ganyan. So that might be helpful. So yun.
Wait, singit ako. Like, na-curious tuloy ako. Ano yung ginawa ng bata na yun to get to that break?
Well, first, so yung course kasi niya sa Ateneo, and meron kasing course na Information Technology Entrepreneurship na ngayon sa Ateneo, and that yun na yung closest, I guess, to product management. Kasi na siya parang leaning towards tech startups na siya. So, you are able to create a company, you're able to see if you have product market fit. Ganun. So, baseline knowledge, meron na siyang awareness of software development, ganyan. Now, yung next naman na ginawa niya is naghanap siya ng mga startups na pwedeng applyan as internships. And surprisingly, hindi siya nakakuha ng internship, nakakuha siya ng full-time job as he was in school. So working student, naging working student siya. So yun. So nung nag super senior siya kasi, Tapos nung 4th year niya, meron na siyang full-time job pero hindi in product. So yung sinasabi ko na pumasok muna siya in the tech company na yun, inaral niya kung ano yung kailangan na nandun. Tapos yung mga small small nag-volunteer siya for projects na product in nature, ganun. Kasi ganun talaga yung gusto niyang puntahan. Naging attendee siya nung isang nung isang product camp workshop. Kaya doon ko siya na-meet, no. Tapos yun, ngayon he's an associate product manager in one of the startups in the Philippines.
Oh my God. Napagandang advice yon. And it's something that I think the young people nowadays sometimes forget, which is parang if you wanna get into something, parang be generous with your time and don't expect na, 'di ba, sa start pa lang babayaran ka na ng tao. Kasi syempre you're here to learn. So, take incremental steps, take an internship kahit unpaid, ask tips from someone, get yourself into that, right direction lang. Para eventually, papasok ka na sa pinto, 'di ba? So, ganong attitude I think really helps doing something for free and also um with the idea of just the number one priority is to learn, 'di ba? To learn and to get your foot in the door. So I loved what he did, that kid. Nag-volunteer siya, naging ano siya. So ang galing. And ngayon pala ako nakarinig na hindi ka pa nag-graduate na full-time. Full-time.
Madami
So
na ganyan. Madami ng ganyan,
marami na.
surprisingly. Oo, ako din, like na-surprise dahil kasi 'di ba ano na, school from ano naman eh, hybrid na yung model, so hindi ka na required pumasok talaga all the time. Ngayon lang 'yun, pero nung may COVID, 'di naman sila required pumasok eh. So most of them would at the minimum would have internships. Some of them would have full-time jobs already. Ibang mundo na.
What? This is wild. You know, sobrang layo from our world, 'di ba? And lagi ko rin sinasabi kay Jed, ang sarap maging bata ngayon. Like,
Yep.
kasi parang so from what I'm hearing parang mini Silicon Valley na to na, alam mo yon parang at some point it subverts even the whole education system na. But, di ba, pag hindi ka pa nag-graduate, ano ka na, you have a job, you have your dream job. Hello pala to, sorry, I mahirapan ako to pronounce your name. Yerfej Relaf Yukot. So, I don't know if that's your real name, but, good evening din po all the way from Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Thank you for tuning in. I hope everyone is learning so much. Ako personally, I am learning a lot. Yeah, okay. Jeffrey. Okay. So Jed just gave me a good sorry, Dino gave me a good point. Jeffrey pala. Jeffrey,
That's
welcome
fun.
sir. And thanks for tuning in. Julian Barcega just messaged right now. May kilala akong graduating pa lang, may work na sa Web3 at founder ng sarili niyang NFT project. That's my next point. So the kid that Dino was talking about, I'm guessing it's a Web2, right? But it's even wilder to even think about the same things happening in Web3, which is already happening. So may kilala rin ako na 16, 17-year-old getting paid a ludicrous amount of money. Ayoko na sabihin ngayon kasi baka ma-FOMO yung mga tao. But that kid just learned, smart contract development in decentralized finance, and now he's getting paid by DeFi protocols a lot of money, So
Crazy.
crazy. It's a crazy
Yeah.
world, but I'm being reminded lang talaga software is eating the world.
Mhm.
And we're getting along for a for a big ride, no. Actually, one of the main regrets ko rin, Dino, is not taking a more technical course. Just I'm ever since before business, so medyo na regret ko rin yon kasi now like nakikita ko, 'di ba? I mean, pag software engineer ka, dahil mong di ka lang kikita na marami, but you also learn a lot and you have the power to build. So
Yep.
yun yung sobrang seductive building something. Christian Caborian, late pero present, sorry, wala ka ng prize. You are you are, you are now excluded from the games dahil ako lang. Ziton Grandeur, si Fidem Bato Ninong. I'm not sure, but kilala ko naman si Fidem. And we talk once in a while. I'll chat with him and see if nag-tune in siya. But anyway, going back to the main topic, no. So, thanks so much, Dino. We're nearing the top of the hour. Siguro, as a parting question lang, and we've learned so much na, no, about product management, web 2 to web 3, product market fit. Grabe, sobrang ang dami mong tinothrow na insights, no, na bombs of insights. I guess as a parting thing, I just want, people to know how to reach out to you. So, how do we, like, you've been mentioning about product camp around the bonfire. So everyone who just tuned in, product camp is like a product management course, tama ba, Dino?
Yeah.
Um to help people learn more about product management, and around the bonfire is a podcast. So, and maybe you also, I know you have some social media. Maybe you can tell everyone how they can reach you, and also reach out to product camp and around the bonfire.
Sure, sige. So yeah, we're on Spotify. Around the Bonfire yung name dun sa Spotify. So you can just search for it. There are a lot of different episodes there. Pwede niyong panoorin yung yung sinabi ko kanina na episode. Yun yung one of the higher viewed episodes kasi I think yun talaga yung audience ng Around the Bonfire. We also have a site. Yung site is productcamp.site. So you just say product camp site. So productcamp.site yung URL. So you can go there. You can also email me hello@productcamp.site if you have any questions or if you'd like to chat about product management in general. So yun, thank you then for the opportunity to plug a bit.
Of course. I mean, sobrang interesting kasi, and sobrang dami rin namin natuto. Jed, how about yourself? Any parting questions, or questions for our guest here?
Yeah, I guess we tackled a lot of topics already. Learned a lot from product management. I loved all the insights Dino gave. So I guess we can start wrapping it up and ask the traditional question that we asked all our guests, no, Pat. So Dino, so far, who and what are you most thankful for in your journey?
Okay. Wala, mag-cheat ako dalawa. Yung first is, I'm thankful for my parents who didn't force me into a specific path kasi otherwise, I guess totally different yung path ko ngayon. And they were supportive na hindi ko na tinuloy yung other path that I didn't choose. No? So yung sa masters and all of these. Yung second is the first person who gave me my shot in product management. And that was the founder of the company called Storm Technologies. So his name is Peter. And not sure where he got the balls to make someone who had no experience into to be a head of product, but it's because of him na I can really owe all of this experience to. So, yun. Yun yung ano ko. Sagot ko
I
dyan.
love it. I love it. Naiyak ako konti doon, ah. Kasi if it's not for the kindness of other people to that mentor of yours, 'di ba, there are, certain decisions you can make in life where you could say na, it could affect the rest of your life in a substantial manner. And this was one of them. And it was a decision made by someone else to who was generous enough to have created a positive impact in your life. So, alam mo yon, it's just wild to me na may mga ganong instances na sobrang bait ng mga tao and just, totally change the trajectory of your career. So, kudos to you. Sorry if I may ask again, who was, give that person a shout out again.
His name is Peter Cauton.
Peter Cauton. All right. Of Storm.
Yes, Storm Technologies.
Storm Technology. So Peter, kudos to you, sir. It's because of you that we have Dino right now in PDAX working with us on these amazing products. So thank you again. All right, that about wraps it up. Thank you, Dino, and thank you to everyone who's been sharing with us your time. Huwag kayong aalis because we're gonna have our usual question and answer quiz portion. I hope na nakinig kayo lahat sa mga natuto natin from Mr. Dino. And Jed, I hope that you made the questions very, very hard para mapahirapan natin si Christian especially. But Then again, Dino, thank you for the generosity of your time. I know probang busy ka doing air traffic controller. I hope walang nag-crash na eroplano while we're talking right now. But thank you. Thank you for your time, and I guess I'll see you again tomorrow.
Thank you. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Dino.
All right. Wild. Everyone, I hope you enjoyed the episode. Personally, um I was really curious, Jed, about product management because nung una ko narinig, parang, what the hell is that? 'Di ba? Tas no one gave me a formal definition until now. Like, ang nagigets ko lang sa product management is from context clues lang on how I interacted with Dino. Tapos medyo nag-gets ko na, parang okay, parang nagko-coordinate siya, okay, parang marunong siya sa tech, marunong din siya dito. Tapos inaayos niya yung product, 'di ba? So, most especially actually is his insights on product market fit. Because as an entrepreneur myself, yun ang holy grail ng startup eh. You have to find PMF para kumita ka ng pera, para magkaroon ng future yung startup mo. Kung wala kang PMF, you're dead. You're dead in the water, right? So shout out to Mr. Carlo Isles for tuning in as well. Sir Isles, I hope you had a great time with us, and you also learned a lot about product management and about PDAX. Jed, let's do it. Are we ready to? Are we gonna announce the Wheel of Fortune first for the share promotion, or the question and answer?
We'll announce the winners first for the sharing contest. So, Angelo, kindly share your screen.
All right. Review lang ha. These are the winners of everyone who shared our stream. So during the whole episode, you have a chance to share the stream. And if you're lucky, like si Sir Aljon here, you get to win 300 pesos worth of crypto. Aljon, congratulations. What are the instructions again, Dred?
Yeah, Aljon, just take a screenshot of this stream as your name is flashed and PM our Facebook page. Our team will get in touch. All right, next winner.
All right, Jade Barry Lazo. Congratulations
Congrats.
for winning 300 pesos worth of crypto. But parang dumadami yung viewers natin, Jed, pag time na to announce the winners, no?
Oh my. They're just waiting for the sport ata eh. Kidding.
All right, last winner for the share contest. Sino kaya? Oh my God!
Christian.
Christian, siguro 5 minutes ago ka lang nag-share, no? Late ka eh, tapos nanalo ka pa.
Nakahapol.
Grabe. Christian, oh my God. All right, so that's it for the winners of the sharing contest. Let's move on to my favorite portion. Jed, I hope you prepared very hard questions for our viewers right now.
Actually, easier siya ngayon, I think, compared to the previous sessions or streams. To take it easy for our viewers for today. So to recap lang on the quiz game, so questions will be flashed on the screen and viewers will just type 1, 2, 3, or 4. Note numbers only, you don't have to type the entire answer in the comments section for your answer. So correct answers will have a chance to win 500 pesos worth of crypto of your choice. And first person to answer a particular question gets the prize. 3 winners will be announced at the end of the show, and to claim your prize, same thing, just take a screenshot as we flash your name and PM our Facebook page. All right, let us begin. So for the first question, in 3, 2, 1. So what is Dino's career? Is it product management, business development, software developer, or UX designer?
Okay, type in the number of the correct answer. The number. You don't need to type in the whole word or the whole answer. Okay? So, this is, I have to agree, madali lang to, Jed.
Yeah, we mentioned it a lot
And
of times.
yeah, and if nagkamali ka ba dito, like, I don't know na, but I think this is very obvious, and you can actually go to my Twitter page. Nag-plug pa ako sa Twitter ko, no, at Lunasha.x. You can check the banner there. Makita nyo yung position title ni Dino. All right, so everyone, I think, is ready with their answer. Jed, what is the correct answer, the winner?
So the correct answer is number 1, product management. And the first person to answer this is Steven Caryasa. Congratulations, Steven.
Steven,
Won 500 pesos. So screenshot lang and
congratulations.
PM our page.
Grabe, alam mo, kilala ko na yung mga nanalo tsaka yung mga nakikinig sa atin ngayon na parang feeling ko parang nagiging watch to earn na to. Like, alam mo yun? Instead of play to
In
earn
a
nung
way, it
hapon,
is.
watch to earn na tayo ngayon. I love it, though. Don't get me wrong. Like, parang feel ko pamilya na tayo lahat. Marlon, Julian, Carlo, Ziton, Kit, Christian. Like, parang ano na tayo no? We've been around for many months. Thank you again. I mean, before, Jed, you go to your next question, I'll remind everyone, this will be the last episode for the year, right, Jed? So, sobrang thankful ako, at least personally. I started PDAX. When I started PDAX, I wasn't part of Fresh Money yet. It was with Ed and Jed. So I'm very thankful for the trust that Ed and Jed provided to me also, and I had such a great time, you know, talking to all these interesting people. Huwag kayong mag-alala. Next year will be even bigger and better. And I hope you guys stick with us. It's gonna be a great ride, 2023, with all the new products coming out and all of the special guests coming out as well. All right. So happy holidays. Julian Barcega, happy holidays to you too. And Ziton, yes, we're family from here on out. You can count on that, sirs. And yes, Christian, sana dumami pa tayo. Dadami yan talaga this coming 2023. Okay, next question, Jed.
All right, next question in 3, 2, 1. So when did Dino go down the rabbit hole of crypto? Was it 2017, 2019, 2021, or 2022 when he joined PDAX?
All right, answers are coming in. Naku, wala tayong marker. Ay, hindi, meron pala. Nag-end tayo with the non-number answer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So someone got the answer ready, and the correct answer for this question is number 4, 2022. So he only started going down the rabbit hole when he joined PDAX full time. And the first person to answer this question is Mark Chua Perez. Congratulations, Mark. Screenshot lang and PM our Facebook page in order to claim your prize.
Congratulations, Mark. Another familiar face. All right.
Kahit all
Thank you
black
to Mr.
pictures siya.
Isles. Thank you. Nag-thank you, PDAX, si Mr. Isles dito. Thank you din, sir. Okay. Mr. Maharlika Mirasol, nakahabol haha, may replay to, right? Of course.
Of course.
All of our episodes have replays. Maharlika, better late than never, but ang dami namin natuto. I'll give you some spoilers right now. We learned a lot about product management. And now that tech startups are all the rage right now, including PDAX, sobrang helpful to, at least even for me, to educate myself about the discipline and art of product management. Okay, last question, guys. Ready na ba tayo to round out the year 2022 during the last episode of Fresh Money? Jed, please go ahead.
So what is the name of Dino's podcast? Is it Fresh Money, Around the Bonfire, Unchained, or Bankless?
Uy, paborito ko mga to Pero number one best ko talaga is Fresh Money.
Yes,
Yan ang
sir.
number one favorite ko But I love Around the Bonfire. I love Unchained. I love Backless. I really think na podcasts are a very efficient way to learn, to absorb information.
Agree.
Okay. Yeah. So do we have a winner? So thanks for tuning in pala guys and putting in your answers and always, being sobrang game kayo sa mga games natin. Okay, do we have a winner? Yeah, I
Yep.
think we do.
And the correct answer for this question is around the bonfire. So congratulations, John Emerald, for being the first person to answer this correctly. Just won 500 pesos. So screenshot lang and PM our page. Claim your reward.
All right, congratulations. Okay, so that ends our final episode for the year, Jed. Any
Yes.
parting words? The maybe we can before we separate, we can do some parting words about the year, about our learnings, about PDAX in general.
Okay. Well, in PDAX and in in general, it's been quite a wild year. Lots of things happening, both in the good and the bad side, especially from the industry perspective. But regardless of what has happened, such as exchange insolvencies, hacks, and all those bad things going on right now, I still remain bullish in crypto and Web3 in general, especially with the different people we talk to in this podcast, Pat. All those people building, despite the bear market, despite prices falling down, everyone's still building towards a better and more decentralized future, and that's what makes me really excited and very much privileged to be co-hosting this podcast with you, no, Pat. So really looking forward to what's more to come in the following years, and yeah, what about you, Pat?
Ah, na-touch naman ako, Jed.
Napaiyak ka ba?
Napayak ako konti. Oh my God. Yeah, for me, sobrang eventful ng year na to. Ito sa roller coaster, grabe. Like, if 2021 was the height of the bull run, sobrang like, everyone was on euphoria. It was a great time, right?
Mhm.
2022 was such a roller coaster. Like up and down, up and down, up and down. And at least personally for me, when I look back on it, I started the year as an entrepreneur, and now I'm ending it as the head of Metaverse at PDAX, and I'm super thankful. If you had to ask that question to me, who are you most thankful for? I'm super thankful for the people in PDAX who took a bet on me as well. So yun, I truly appreciate the trust that they provided me, and wala lang, parang it's such a great gesture to someone, to a stranger that you hardly know, no? So thank you, no, for, if you're listening, thank you to Kenneth Chua, our Chief Business Development Officer, and also thank you to our founder and CEO Nichelle Gaba for this building this wonderful company. Ang mapapromise ko lang sa inyo, many, many more exciting products and services and announcements to come next year, no? So, thank you again. My last huling hirit, thank you to our family, our Fresh Money family right here
Yes.
listening right now. Syempre, kung walang nakikinig, walang nanonood, sumisigaw lang tayo sa area, Jed, di ba? Walang nonsense. Mag-usap na lang tayo sa coffee shop, 'di ba? Somewhere. But, it's because of you guys that gives us the strength to keep churning out great content, no? So, thank you everyone. I'm seeing a lot of thank yous as well. Christian Caburian, thank you PDAX, see you 2023. Thank you then Christian, sobrang
Thank you.
sobrang loyal. Wait, I think we need to give him like a special loyal award. Remind me, Jed, we need to give that to Christian.
Yeah, let's talk
Siguro
about it.
sa first episode of the year, we'll
Mhm.
start there. Basta Christian, wag ka malate sa next episode. Okay? Maging eligible ka for that prize. Um, Mark Chua Perez started PDAX simula ng September, got so many ideas, topics, knowledge. Sobrang the best, fresh money. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Um, And Ziton Granger, salamat Sir Jed and Pat. See you next year. Mark Chua Perez will continue supporting. We'll watch and trade via PDAX, Great Minds, and Great Goal. Happy holidays. And Maharlika Merso, salamat. Yes, bitin too many stuff to learn and absorb. Solid ang 2023. And Ziton Granger, learnings pa lang. panalo na. So, this goes always to my theme, diba? Always invest in yourself, always learn. If you teach a man, if you give a man a fish, you feed him for a day. If you teach him how to fish, feed him for an entire lifetime. And that's the philosophy that we try to live by here in Fresh Money. So there you go. It was a great 2022. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for everyone. Thank you to our family. Thank you, Jed. I had a personally great time hosting this with you. And we'll see you in our next first episode. When's our next episode, Jed?
Maybe January 9.
Yeah, Jan 9. So please, pagbigyan nyo naman kami, Jan 2 is a Monday, pero that's still the new year. So give us some rest naman. But we promise you, Jan 9 onwards, tuloy-tuloy na tayo. So that's it for us, for me and Jed. Thank you so much again. We love you and we'll see you January 9.
Thanks, everyone. Happy holidays.
Bye-bye.